Callie. So in this encounter, you're going to see 6 symbols in the middle and 9 pads around the outside. Find the 6 pads that match the symbols to the middle and stand on them. Avoid the 2/3 of the area which are black. Once the pad is complete, a knight will appear in front of you. Kill him and head to the middle and get ready for the damage phase. In this phase, Callie will appear in one of 3 spots. You attack her. When she starts to T-pose, you head for the doors underneath her. There will be as many doors as pads that you've done. Stand in these, for otherwise you will be killed. Each door can only fit 1 person in, and come out and rinse and repeat. Chest number 1. Halfway across this bridge, about this point here, if you just drop down, you'll see the chest here, and jump in the portal and continue on your way. Shirochi. This encounter has 2 main mechanics. The first mechanic being that you have to make a circle around Shirochi. So you'll see 3 pads. Pick up the item off the pad. Each person just stands on a pad and just shoot the person to your right. This will make the circle complete, being able to attack Shirochi. During the encounter, you'll have 2 rooms that look like this. There will be a picture on the wall that has 4 missing parts to it, and you have to jump on the pads to line up with the picture to complete the picture. Then turn to your right, there'll be another one, and then turn to your right, there'll be 1 more to do. You cannot step on the same pad twice as the same person, so if you need to get off a pad, give a shout. Hidden Chest 2. Just after jumping up the tree, if you make your way to the left, jump around these cliffs, up, and you'll find the hidden chest here. Morgath. During the Morgath encounter, you will see the balls in front of you that look like this. It's everyone's responsibility to get 2 of these buffs, which are called Taken Strength. But you will need 2 people who have 0 of these to cleanse them. During the encounter, you will see a drop on the floor. It will show up on your hub. If you pick this up when someone gets detained, you go over to them, press your grenade button. We'll cleanse them, freeing them from their hold. You'll take their Taken Strength, and then they'll be cleansed, available to the next person. When an orb appears in front of Morgath, this will be the last one, and we start the damage phase. During the damage phase, just aim for the big spot on his back. The Vault. During this encounter, you have 3 pads. 1 person will need to stand on each of these pads. They will see 3 symbols in front of them. 1 person will need to call out what their middle symbol is, and for the other 2, that will either be on their left or their right. After noting whether it's on their left or the right, they will say what's their middle symbol, and again for the other 2, that will either be on their left or their right. Once you have 2 calls, you can then move on. If the symbol is on the left, this is what we call Penumbra. If the symbol is on the right, is what the game calls Entumbra. This is important because after this phase, you will see that 2 of these side rooms have been locked and 1 room is open. There will be a special character at the back, which when you kill, he will drop a ball. You need to pick this ball up. Your side will then be cut off, so you need to run down one of the side channels and deposit the ball. When you pick up the ball, it will tell you whether you have the Entumbra or the Pentumbra buff. And remember, if you've got the Pentumbra buff, you're taking it to a pad where the picture was on the left. If you have an Entumbra, you're taking it to a pad where the picture is on the right. If it's neither of the pads that's available, it's the one that wasn't called. Once on the pad, use Grenade, the item, and that will cleanse the pad. And it will no longer have a white glowing orb above it. The other mechanic is that you're going to have knights continually spawn at the back of these rooms trying to get to the pads, and if they do, that will wipe, so that's what you need the other half of the team to do. Riven of 1,000 Voices. You have 6 pads, everyone steps on the pad, you'll fall down, head towards the blue door, and in this room, you will then look at the back. If you see a shadow moving at the back, you will know to stay in this room. If you don't, you need to run away from this room. We'll tackle the running away part first, so if you don't see the shadow, then come to this spot here. Stand in here, you'll have joining allies. This will put you back up the top. And just head to your right, past the tree, down the hole, and down the hole again. For damaging Riven, you have 2 choices. You can either sword her from the side, or if there's a weapon that's overpowered during the season, you can use that, but you're going to want to shoot her in the mouth. Make sure not to hit any of the glowing eyes. After enough damage, you'll be transported to a Shadow Realm. Just make your way up, jump in the orb, and finish off Riven. Instead, jump in the mouth, shoot the big black orb, encounter done. Encounter 6, Queen's Walk. Maybe the simplest, but also the most complex of the encounters. Here you need to get the ball to the end, but people need to stay within the area of the ball when someone's picked it up. Otherwise, they'll start to get a debuff. Once the timer has run out for the guy picking up the ball, they will go to the Shadow Realm. Sucked in, do not be near this person because you will be sucked in as well. And that someone at random will be chosen to be the next person to carry the ball. You'll see this in the bottom left. Within the Shadow Realm, they need to pick up the orbs in there at the last possible second, and this will extend the timer. The timer only gets extended once the last orb has been picked up, so the first guy in will stand by an orb, pick up at the last second, and when it comes in afterwards, run around and pick up any other orb that person isn't standing by. As for the route, you can look up a map, or if you just keep following where the enemies are,